Alright, Trouts, what's happening with your Saturday night? I'm just fucking chilling in the gaff, having a couple of beers. I had a wee takeaway earlier with my boy and that, and just thought I'd get out of the shop and get a couple of beers. And I wasn't even planning on really making a video today. I'm kind of itching to do a live, but for some reason I just can't find the oomph. I don't know even if that's what I'd call it. But I don't want to like pure day them all the time, then the kind of novelty wears off as well, do you know what I mean? But I definitely need to get one done soon, so bear with me. Um, uh, I posted on my YouTube and my social media and that yesterday how I recorded a podcast with a boy Sean Toll. He's got a podcast called Social Sessions. I don't really know if I've mentioned it on here before or if I've mentioned him, but I actually know Sean from prison. I met him in Shotts prison. I think it was like about 2008 or 2009, somewhere like round about that kind of that time frame, because I was in the middle of doing my psychology, criminology degree, and he was doing a law degree. So obviously, it's kind of somebody I gravitated to, because somebody doing a degree is naturally, didn't matter what they were doing a degree in. You could have been doing a fucking degree in botany for all I give a fuck, but I would just have respected the fact that you were kind of degree level education. And even though I don't know anything about botany, for example, obscure subjects, I kind of admire people who just know what the fuck they're talking about. So, it was a good wee day out. Well, I went for something to eat on up St Enoch on my own, right? I went for a wee munch and that up the food court. This was a weird one, right? So I went and got, know how you see in the films, right? There's when people order Chinese food, right, and it's like a wee square box and it's got like the flaps all open up. They're sitting fucking eating it. It was one of them, right? So I couldn't find a seat at the food court. So I went and sat on like a kind of, it was like a big square kind of base, like a big cube thing, right? Be like a fucking, see like an artificial tree coming out the centre of it or something. So I'm sitting on there eating my fucking munch and just watching people walking in and out of St Centre and all shoppers and all that. And this is going to sound mad, right? But all these school wains all started passing. They looked like kind of maybe about primary 7, right? Uh, and I'm sitting just facing straight ahead, right? And they're all like walking past, but see on the other side of them, there was this kind of old guy, right? And he's on a phone. He's holding his phone, he's not holding it straight like that, he's holding it kind of like at an angle, and I can hear a snapping noise, right, as if his camera shutter. And I'm like at myself, is he taking photos of them? I know you're going to think I'm nuts, but I definitely heard this camera shutter click, click, click about 5 times, right? I'm pure staring at him, man. And there was hundreds of these kids, right? There's a wad of them. Like there was two groups, and in each group was like it was all pairs, maybe 10 pairs of kids, and then another 10 or something. I'm pure looking at this cunt, man, eating my food. So they've all passed me, and I've done that. Yeah, what were you doing there? And he's like, what, sorry? And I'm like, what were you doing there? Were you taking fucking photos of their weddings? And he's like, no, mate, I was just checking my work emails. I says, I heard your fucking camera shutter about 5 times. And he done that. No, it was, know how like when you've got your phone and you click the side button and it locks the screen lock? He's trying to say his screen lock. And I'm like, But what kind of got me was, it didn't even seem angry, the fact that I had just basically said what I'd said. Now, to me, the kind, and I put that, there's two kind of reasons for that. Maybe he was putting it down to like, when they want to fucking tangle with that cunt, or like, do you know what I mean? I thought maybe it's cause of that, he's just kind of laughing it off. But listen, mate, I was telling somebody today about it, right? I was telling my pal about it today, and I says, what would you? I says, and he says, Dad, I showed you my phone. And I says, exactly. The black look, fuck's sake, you fucking off your head. That kind of reaction, do you know what I mean? To me, that would have been a more standard reaction, do you know what I mean? But aye, something wasn't sitting right with me about it, man. No saying, I don't know, that I'm fucking, I don't know, there was just something that wasn't sitting right about that to me. Kind of laughing off anarchies, I kind of thing like that, know what I mean? I'm just like, and that's the thing with they cunts, as I always say, man, like, so plausible and convincing, but anyway, so I went and met Sean, and went to this kind of, I can't mind the name of this wee pub we went to, just had a wee fucking, a wee drink, and then went to the, just kind of going over the, because he'd set it out like a fucking, see like when you're going to write an essay and you write all your points out and all that. Well, I never done that, but I could tell that was the format. So we were talking about the kind of psychology of prisons, violence in prisons, and the drug use and all that kind of stuff. It was like a 2 hour shot, so it was different because like obviously I wasn't sitting pure going over my history again and all that kind of stuff. But aye, it was a good wee day out, and then I came back. I met his missus, his Wayne and that. So aye, and we were sitting laughing, right, about how far we've actually come, which led me into doing this video today. So the video today is about Addiewell prison, right, which is a privately run prison in Scotland. We had 2 private run prisons, Kilmarnock and Addiewell, but I think Kilmarnock's now under Scottish Prison Service now, they're running that now, I think. But I thought, because I really got to know Sean and Addiewell, like, I used to just see him in education, in shots, talk to him for maybe a couple of hours, whatever. But that's where I really kind of got to know him. So I thought, I had done like fucking videos about Low Moss and shots, so I was like, fuck it, why not just do one about Addiewell, do you know what I mean? Instead of fucking coming on Dana Live and all that, you know what I mean? But so that podcast will probably be up in about 2 or 3 weeks or something. So but his podcast is kind of, his channel is different to mine, do you know what I mean? Because we're coming at, he's not on there talking about fucking, it's just no all crime. Like everything I talk about is crime, prison, fucking gang violence, knife crime, whatever. But he's got all these different kind of guests, like drug workers, trauma scholars, fucking ex football players, ex fucking 70s musicians and all that. So go and check it out if you're kind of intrigued or interested or whatever. But this wee video I'm going to do is about my experiences of Addiewell prison, which is in West Lothian, right? And we were talking about this yesterday, how the newspapers were calling it the Radisson, like it was this fucking hotel, right? And for all intents and purposes, when I first went there, it was kind of like a prison version of a hotel. And I'll kind of get into that in a minute. But, and I mean conditions, food, and all that kind of shit, and the staff, right? The staff as well. But I went there, I was in Shorts prison, and they were doing what we call the draft, and it means basically the draft is basically a list of prisoners that are gone from prison X to prison Y. So if you go up and if a screw comes up to you and goes, And this is for those of you who've never been in prison. Here, Chris McPherson, you're on the draft for shots. That means there's 10 cunts going to shots and you're one of them, so fucking pack your shit. So they were opening Addiewell and the screws and shots. So I was in B hall and shots, right, and they were asking cunts who wants to volunteer for Addiewell. And I'm like, there, fuck, I'm settled here. Know what I mean? I'd actually just came back to shots a year before, so I wasn't able to move, even though they were going, you've got a shower in your cell, you've got a flat screen telly. It was a fucking wee shitey fucking thing about the size of a fucking, it was, trust me, it was like the size of a fucking computer screen, right? See, like, a PC screen that's about the size of that, so, but anyway, so all these cunts all volunteered for it and all that, and they all went up there, but then see after about maybe 2 months or something, they were just telling you now, you're gone, right? So they're trying to fill it up. So I'm like, no, what, fuck it, man, go up and do the last bit of my sentence up here. So I went there in, I think it was March 2009, right? And there was me, a boy for kind of Craig Newk way, the lifer, good cunt. Murray fella, usual. Me, Murray, that boy. There was me, Murray, and two other guys, right? I can't remember. So there's me, Murray, the boy for the kind of Craig Newk Wishaw, somewhere out there, and this other cunt who I can't remember. So we've all went up there for shots and fucking. As I was saying, I get dumped in a fucking remand hall. Now I remember somebody asked me ages ago, what's the difference if you go to a remand? Why would you care? And I'm like, mate, I'm doing I'm doing 16 year. I don't want to be sitting in a hall full of cunts that are just in off the street looking at 3 months behind. Like, it's no really, it's like, it's no really the kind of, I don't know, you want to be somewhere where there's people doing the same kind of sentences, same kind of mentalities and all that kind of shit, do you know what I mean? But I was in there for about, so I get put in, I think it's Douglas B it's called, right? So get put in there and this cunt's walked up like, where did you come from there, mate? And I was like, shots, and he's like, shots? He's like, how you in here? It's like, what do you mean? He's like, this is a remand hall. His cunt obviously had been in before. I went right down to the rescue and that, here, you better get me fucking out this hall and into a, what we call LTP, long term prisoner hall. So fucking, the like that. No, was it, Douglas 8 was the remand hall and they put me in Douglas B? It was something like that, right? I can't remember off the top of my head. So they put me from one into the other, right? And I'm in, so I gets put in for the A to the B, right? And I'm in Douglas B, right? And went and put all my shit in my gaff. And this cunt walks up to my cell, swear down. I was like, what the fuck? It was a boy for Cambuslang who my brother had told me had died. And I was like, my brother told me you were dead. Standing there fucking looking at him like fucking hell. So aye, that was that. But it was just that. The good thing about Addiewell was they had a Spanish class and an Italian class, and like, no try to hang me myself, but I was like the definitely without a shadow of a doubt, the fucking, I stood out in the language class kinda. I don't try and stone it, but um I just loved it. The education was brilliant, but the thing with private prisons, from my experience, I've been in Kilmarnock as well, and Addiewell was just, it's like the screws one, they didn't, seeing the SPS jail shots, Glenelg, Balliny, screws stick together, better believe that shit, right? And what I mean is, obviously they're all going to have their own internal politics and all that, like fucking, he doesn't like him and all that pish, which happens anywhere, right? But seeing a private jail, just, I don't know how to put it. It seems that they're no screws, they're just wearing a uniform. And they'll tell you things, I think they tell you things they shouldn't tell you. And I don't mean that in a bad way, like, what I mean is, they'll sit and talk to you about personal things, I think, that you would never ever hear it, in my experience, for an SPS screw it, you know what I mean? Where they're fae, what their wains are up to during their daily lives, and fucking like maybe their wife's papped them out or something, and I'm like, or they're taking whatever, or they're out steaming the night before, and well, fuck's sake, not well they jump about and all that, and I'm like, fucking hell. But just a totally different atmosphere as well. And when I went to Addiewell, there was a hell of a lot more drugs than most other jails I had been in. Shots was polluted with drugs, but when I first went to Shots, like, everybody seemed to kinda, there was a lot of guys who took the brown, right? But at the same time, you could go and buy a bit of solid and sit and get roll joints and all that, right? But then, as I was saying to Sean, right, it was like when the NHS took over the running of the prison healthcare, it was like there was a shift in drug taking for what we call Gucci swag, right? So, like, fucking actual drugs, and then it went to prison meds. Every cunt was taking meds, and I'm like, fucking hell. And now it's went to all this pure manufactured fucking fake Valium and fake this and fake that, and cunts are, a lot of cunts don't know what they're taking. That's how I think we've seen a skyrocket, or a fucking, see, like a spike in prison deaths. You're opening the paper every other day, some cunt at the age of 38's been funded 52. This isn't normal. And I don't know what the fuck it is, but like, when I went to Addiewell, there was no like spice and all that shit. I was in one particular part of that jail, and there was a lot of guys for one particular area of Scotland, and it wasn't Glasgow, right? And they were doing alright, and like, it was just like, it wasn't, in terms of the things that were going on, it wasn't anywhere I'd ever been before. It was, I was I wasn't getting involved in stuff, but I would fucking get a party hat on sometimes and all that, and sit and do my studying and all that. But even the, like, and I think I'd mentioned this in another video, like one time where I had headlocked one of the suits, which is like a unit manager. He's not a screw. He's in charge of like a hall, so he wears like a shirt and a tie and all that. And a boy for Cambuslang, and one of my good pals passed away. The nurses refused to give him his meds, right? And he snatched the meds out their hands and just walked away. And the nurses gone to his screws, yeah, he's took his meds and da 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 da. But I'm thinking, I'm just not thinking it. And like, as if he'll smash them. So these two screws, like, one female and one male. The male, like, no meaning any harm, but he didn't look like he could fucking, like, deal with this situation. Spiky hair, kinda fresh faced, all that kinda shit. No, nice enough guy, but no somebody that a person like my pal's gonna fucking take shite off, back down for, or whatever. And the woman, the female screw, was like no kinda, like, she looked like somebody that just went to work done all sorts of overtime, pure worn out, but like the booze and the fags and all that, and nice enough woman, know what I mean? I got on with them all. I didn't think, like, I take them on an individual basis, know what I mean? I don't kind of go, aye, fuck you lot of them and all that, know what I mean? But they've ended up running up the stairs after him, and I've just heard this mad commotion. So if you've ever been in jail, which a few of you have, when you hear a fight, you know straight away what it is. You don't need to see it, you just know with the sounds. It's like a cartoon, you know what I mean? Bang, crash, smack, all these mad noises, and like, because they're hitting our furniture and fuck knows what. And I've heard all this, but it was only landing up the stair. And I'm like, ah, fucking hell, man. He'll smash him. And this fucking, one of them must have hit the panic bell right on the cedar side. The panic, they've got like wee alarm hands, they press a button and it sends a distress signal or something. But this unit manager's walked in with these fucking skin tight trousers on, right? Like drain pipes, man, budgie smugglers, whatever. And a short sleeve pink shirt with big fucking sweat patches and these oaksters. And he's like, I'll fucking deal with this. I'm like, well, yeah, aye. And fucking he's went up the stair and I'm like, I've just ran up the stair and they were on top of him, man. I just put the cunt in a fucking headlock and started running along the landing with him, and he's just flung these other two screws like right off him. But I've ran up to him like, you need to calm down, you're gonna get us done in. But then the hall's just flooded with all these screws. Do you know what I mean? But we get put in reports and all that shit, but I couldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't have done this if I was in that position in a SPS jail, not a private jail. If they were doing this to somebody who was my good pal. But I don't think I would have got away with it. And when I say I got away with it, I mean, I thought they were going to come in smashes for doing that, and nothing happened. I got a report and went to the orderly room, and that was that. But it was just a weird experience for being in prison. Do you know what I mean? For going for a Scottish prison service run institution to go on to a privately run institution. And I'm telling you now, when I first went up that Addiewell when it first opened, see the female screws, wet, no kidding, right? It was like fucking, how do I put it? They were like pussycat dolls, man. They were all smoking, mate. And I was thinking to myself, right, what are all these above average looking birds doing working in here? How's that? I've never seen that in any other jail where not just good looking birds, smoking birds, right, are overrepresented in a prison. I don't know. Maybe it's a kind of a fascination, like what's it like in prison. Maybe some of them were chasing the kind of bad boy boyfriend, and but to me, right, when people say that a bad boy, right, to me a bad boy is like a cunt who steals. He's a bit of a kind of devil may care attitude, right? Steals his mom's motor, fucking writes it off, gets like 6 month probation, but we're talking about convicted criminals, and where we were, convicted murderers, bank robbers, fucking organised crime cunts, drug dealers, fuck knows what. Like, that's not a bad boy, that's a convicted criminal, a serious kind of level of criminality we're talking about. I don't know. maybe I was kind of reading too much into it, but the education, as I say, was the education department was brilliant. Uh, like it was almost like an all-you-can-eat buffet. The library was amazing, I'll tell you that. But not that any most countries be interested in that, know what I mean? But I ended up in the fucking digger when I was in that Addiewell and alright. And it was a year to the day before I was due to go out. Because a guy gets slashed in the hall, right? I was nothing to do with it, but apparently the knife get flushed in my toilet. And there was a lockdown, fucking me and two other boys went to the seg. Now normally my experience of the solitary confinement, the seg, the digger, whatever you want to call it, it's shaped in an L shape, right? So like there's cells in that bit, and this bit here, this big empty space is the exercise yards or whatever, right? But see this, it was just a fucking straight line, right? And see your cell window, you couldn't even see out it. And I was like, fucking, I ended up going on a shitey, what we call a dirty protest, a shitey. Like plastering one half of my cell with shit. And I know there's got to be cunts going, oh, how could you do that? And do. But listen, man, see when you're in jail, shit like that's normal. That's no like, fuck's sake, he done a shitey, like big fucking wow. Know what I mean? And it was obviously because I was down there for something that I wasn't involved in. You know what I mean? And I couldn't exactly go and fucking tell them the real stories, you know what I mean? But I done like a week down there, and then got back up to the circulation up the halls. End up just going to 4th C, which is another part of the prison. Looked me a long termers and all that kind of shit. But I think after I had just went to fucking that 4th C, I think there was fucking all sorts of stabbings and fuck knows what in that hole I just came out in, and I'm like, fucking hell, man. Like, imagine living in that environment day in, day out for years, where violence is like, you don't take people to court in prison, you don't sue them, you don't make a complaint, you fucking conflict resolution is violence. It's almost, prison's a parallel world to society, man. It's like, out here cash is king, innit? See, in jail, drugs are king. See, if you've got access to drugs, especially an unlimited amount of drugs, you do well. But obviously you've got the other side of that is you could end up in a sticky wicket getting robbed or threatened, but for the most part, if you're respected and you've got a lot of you've got a network, you'd do right well. But and especially having money and a network outside would be even better, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? And it's mad, because the thing about what I just said there was that's in every prison. That's not just Addiewell. Like all this kind of like drugs is basically cash. Drugs are worth their weight in gold in the jail. Trust me on that. Trust me. And people think that you go, oh, you went to jail, he'll get half it in there. No. Do you think drug seeking behaviour stops at the gate? They just go in there and it just shifts for, say somebody's out here and got a drug habit with something, right? They're not gonna go into jail and stop taking. So say you had a cocaine habit, right, or whatever, and you went to jail, right? So you don't really see coke in the jail a lot, right? Seen it here and there, but it's not really. You don't hear it, right? So if you had a coke habit and you went in there, you're not just got to stop taking drugs. You're just got to start taking something else. So the face changes, if you get me. The face of the addiction for whoever it is. It's just a fucking rat trap, man, honestly, mate. And to be fair, I don't even know what that Addiewell's like now. I bet you it's totally different in there now from when I was there. Last time I was in there was 2010, so we're talking a fucking while ago, not I mean. It's nearly 15 years ago or something, not I mean. But and it's mad to even say that, nearly 15 years ago. Like, fuck me. Like, absolute, just, I don't know. It's just mad to say that. Um, but fucking, I would love to find out how all that private shit works. Like, how, where's the, see the way, because it's a business, it's no, it's private, it's privatised, isn't it? So, these cunts are making money off this shit. And I did hear that they get fined for every day the cell's empty. There's an empty cell, so it's in their best interest to keep that jail full, innit? Um, but other than that, it was just I don't really have, and I know this is mad to say this, I don't have really what I would say bad memories of being in there. I know that sounds crazy. Say I don't have bad memories of prison. I had shitty days, right shitty days, where it was like something's got to give, something's got to happen. Surely I've got to get out. When's this going to end? Sometimes it wasn't frequent. It was infrequent. But like I wasn't sitting like fucking thinking about ending it. No, I could never do that. Like I just not got it in me. Whatever it is, it's in you. Desperation, balls. I don't know, right? But um, I just I don't have it. Um, but I had a lot of good experiences. Met a lot of good people as well. Do you know what I mean? I remember one time. This is a bit of a funny story. This give you an insight into private jails in Scotland, right? Uh, there was these two guys I was pals with, right? One of them was passed away sadly. They were brothers, right? And this cunt had come in for murdering their pal, right? So, say there's A, B, C, D, E and F wing, right? Say these two brothers are in fucking F wing. They walked up to A wing where this cunt was getting held. The cunt had killed their pal. And because it was a new jail, the screw that opened the gate didn't really tipple. They're not in this wing. They walked into the wing, walked up to the cunt's cell, walked in, locked the door and smashed his cunt in. You know what I mean? So that kind of mistake could cost lives. Do you know what I mean? Um, fucking stupidity at its finest, man, but do you know what I mean? Just that's the kind of shit that was happening, man. Like fucking hell, man. Just mad. But excuse me. Oh fuck. Um, I hope you found that interesting anyway. I just thought I'd come on and talk about it just cause like when I was talking to Sean yesterday, it just kind of brought back kind of a lot of memories I've been in there, and I was actually sitting thinking to myself like how far we've came, man. Like, because as I said, he was doing a degree as well. I think it was in law and politics or social science, something like that, right? Um, and it's good to kind of talk to somebody that's been through that has a bit of fucking insight. Like, I don't want to be around somebody who's like reinforcing all my negative thoughts. I have negative thoughts, and when I say negative, I mean like it's like the old Chris and this Chris in the same body. And sometimes it'll be like, you fucking take that. And I'm like, fuck it, know what I mean? Fuck it, innit? I imagine everybody gets it, but sometimes mine can be quite intense, but the longer I'm out, excuse me, sorry, the longer I've been out, and the more like I'm living compared to where I was 10 years ago, I'm living the life of fucking Riley. Know what I mean? Fuck's sake. And I'm very, very grateful for that. Very appreciative. Uh, Whereas, as I've said before, being outside and being inside years ago to me were the same thing. I don't know how to explain that. They just felt like I didn't care. I really didn't. But obviously something happened, something changed, you know what I mean? And it's funny because Sean said this himself yesterday. He says, when I first met you, I never thought you would have been a guy who would change. That's quite telling, innit? You know what I mean? And I never thought that either. It happened. It just fucking happened, man. And thank fuck. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to leave it there, yous, anyway. Um, Hope you're having a wee good Saturday night and that, anyway. And we definitely need to get a live going soon. Sorry I've not been doing them. Just fucking, I was at my jiu-jitsu today, right? Sparring this cunt, man. Fucking hell. See my knee? See in jiu-jitsu, you see these cunts with knee braces on all the time, right? It's quite, I'm like, fuck's sake, and you always hear, oh, my knees, my knees, my knees, and I'm like, fuck's sake, man, how long's it got to be before I'm fucking talking like that? And then see the day sparring this cunt, and it was like, imagine trying to headbutt somebody who headbutted you at the same time, you headbutted each other. Well, this was like my kneecap into his kneecap, and it's still fucking sore, and I think the worst is yet to come. But it was quite funny because I was pissing a sweat, right? And I can't mind if it was the same cunt, but one of them rolled us, and cause I think I had underhooks or overhooks, right? And see, because I couldn't put my hands out, I went face first onto the mat, smash, right? Like buff. And seeing I pulled my face up, man, it was like a big face on the mat, like in sweat. It was fucking class, man, it was funny. Got to get your kick somehow these days, ain't you? Fuck it. But it's really good. Like Eric like that. Just excuse me, man. Um, there's just so many good people that go in there, and it's such a great atmosphere, and there's no ego for what I can see. Nobody gives a fuck. You get battered or no, like in there, but no battered. You know what I mean? Sparring, like nobody cares. You know what I mean? Fucking, it's brilliant. But I'm going to leave it there, and hope you're having a wee good night and that, whatever you're up to. Um, Fucking hell, don't do this a while. Got to leave it there, but cheers for tuning in that. Uh, and I'll be back on in a couple of days, so you have a good night. Take care, stay safe, all that shit. And I'll see you next time I'm on. Over and out.